Every year, critically endangered North Atlantic right whales find their way to Cape Cod Bay.
Cape Cod Bay, without question, is the safest place to be, but it's an awful small place on the East Coast. And as soon as they get out across the line from Race Point to Plymouth, they get into waters that are managed differently. And the further off they go, the further out of sight, out of mind, and the less management, because we just don't know they're there. So it's problematic. Every single time a whale comes up on a beach, killed by a boat, killed by rope, we look at it and we should say, this is a representative of the cause of the right whale's demise. So on that level, it should tell us something. These whales were built to this ecosystem, and it was a relatively slowly changing system. Slow by 1,000-fold. Yeah, the temperature did change, but it changed very slowly. Now it's changing rapidly, and the capacity for both the system and the animals to adjust and for us to understand it is completely different. So, hard to know, but in the long run, if we do not get climate change figured out, the North Atlantic ecosystem that depended on the temperature regimes and circulation and productivity that followed, that is likely to change in a profound way that'll impact everything, including us.
There are an estimated 360 right whales left on the planet.
There have been 19 calves born this year, and we know in various ways that it appears that 5 of them are gone. One to a ship strike that lived for a while and then died, a calf, and then a couple whose calves are no longer with them, so they're probably dead. And there was a particularly painful painful to a human, but certainly to the whale, mortality that happened off of the coast of Virginia.
A dead right whale is tragic enough, but this one was a female with a calf.
And the mother, at least, was struck, blunt trauma, and she was found to have shattered backbone. That one is particularly painful because she was a reproductively mature female. She lost her calf and lost her life, which probably could have resulted in 10 or 15 in her lifetime. So there are a number of whales have died that we know of, and some of them were precious calves.
Many whale deaths go unreported because the animals don't always wash up on shore. For those that do, a team of scientists are often quick to secure the carcass to determine the cause of death.
Then we had the one off of that came up on a beach in Martha's Vineyard, an entangled animal that we knew was entangled from our aerial survey. I've looked at the pictures. Little doubt that that entanglement caused her death. She did have that rope still around her tail after months and months of swimming. Right now, the population is pretty messed up. the males are much more numerous than the females, with the females maybe, as I understand it, about a third of the population. The hope is we'll see changes in fisheries management, fisheries techniques, and particularly that we'll find some silver bullet that will straighten out the problem with ship strike, which I think probably has been and certainly is one of the real coming issues in right whale problems. And if that continues to assert itself, as it looks like it will, the future of right whales, as well as the future of humans, will be in the line of fire.
Fishermen face state and federal regulations regarding the protection of right whales. Ship strikes resulted in speed limits, and entanglement of whales turned into rope restriction and costly gear change.
Fishermen are very sensitive to this problem. Yeah, they're sensitive because of their income, but I think the ones that I talk to are increasingly sensitive because they don't like this, really. They don't like knowing that whales drag gear around for a year and finally die somewhere near Martha's Vineyard. That's not, they don't like that. And I think that's a good time for many of them to begin to look at the new gear technology, which is allowing, we hope, will be an effective way of maintaining the fishery but not hanging ropes in front of animals. And we'll see.